Good evening, everybody. This is Victor Kilo 4, Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Fairyland. It's just gone 19:30 hours. 7:30 p.m. It is now time for the VK4BAD BadNet. Okay. I'll change my call sign to VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. The Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club hold this net every Wednesday night at 7:30, every 7:30 p.m., 19:30 hours on 146.675, negative offset, 91.5 access tone. Currently outside it is 13.4 degrees outside, 80% humidity, 0 wind speed. Okay, this is Victor Kilo 4, Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. Now listening for any call-ins. Go ahead now, please.
VK4 Mike Echo Echo. Very good evening. VK4HOO. VK4CEG. VK4 Yankee Charlie. VK4 Mike Victor. K4IJP. K4FAX.
Okay, not a bad turnout at the moment. Okay, what I heard there was VK4 Mike Echo Echo, Eric, VK4HOO, Andy in Toowoomba, VK4 Charlie Echo Golf, Graham in Jandowie, Portable, VK4 Yankee Charlie, Jim in Blackbutt, VK4 Mike Victor, Al in Dolby, VK4 India Juliet Papa, Ian in Posterpine, Proston. Gee, I'm shoving you right up north, aren't I, Ian? VK4 FAX Don in Toowoomba. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Listening for any more call-ins. Go ahead now, please. Okay, nothing else heard at the present time. Okay, right, not a bad sort of a day today. Just been doing some little bits and pieces. Nice little turnout there tonight. I expect a couple of late stragglers there very shortly. You never know. There's a couple I can see straight off the bat. VK4 KRS Kirk, if you're on the side there, good evening to you in Toowoomba. He's listening on the side. Okay, before we start the first round, this is Victor Kilo 4, Bravo Alpha Delta. Now listening for any call-ins before we start the first round. VK4BAD.
Who's got a red face? Me. I was on the wrong frequency. VK4 Echo Mike, good evening.
VK4 Echo Mike. VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Good evening there, Merv. Well, we wouldn't know unless you actually tell us. It's one of those things. No worries there, Merv. You're tail end Charlie at the moment there. Anyone else before we start the first round? VK4BAD? Nope. Okay. I got a question for all of you while you're going. Before I start off. Okay, at the moment there, I've been flogging photos. Well, photo at the present time. Photos. I've got a couple I've got to grab, but I'm looking at some more. So I could. Instead of just showing my radio as things, I'm flogging photos. If anyone wants to send a mugshot of themselves, feel free to drop it into my email address, mycoresign@gmail.com. It will get to me, and I could add a few more in this little goings on. Okay, going at the moment is VK4MEE, then followed by HOO, Charlie Echo Golf, Yankee Charlie, Mike Victor, India Juliet Papa, Fox Alpha X-Ray, and Echo Mike. This is VK4BAD for, over to you there, Eric, VK4BAD.
VK4BAD, VK4 Mike Echo Echo, and good evening there to everybody in the group there. Good roll up there. Gary, I can't hang around, unfortunately. I just got a phone call 20 minutes ago that Neil Johnson, anybody that may know him from here, I've got to go down the farm and get his pyjamas and a few things there. He's had a head-on accident halfway between Kuya and Crow's Nest in the car, and he's in Kingaroy getting x-rayed and that as I speak. So I've got to go down to the farm and get some stuff there. I've got the keys to his house and that, and take him to Kingaroy and find out exactly what's going on there. So a bit of bad luck for him there. He's totally demolished the car. I seen it when it come past here, although I didn't know it was his. It completely wrecked. So straight into a tree, and I asked what happened, and apparently they said he doesn't know. He may have blacked out and just ran into the tree. So I have to go there, unfortunately. There, I'll miss the net there, but hope you have a wonderful time there. So just a quick comment there, Gary. I'm sorry, mate, but I've got to get down and get this stuff together and get into Kingaroy. Thanks, everybody, and over to you just for a second, Gary. Over.
Okay, no worries there, Eric. You take care of yourself there, and okay on that one. No problems. Okay, VK4HOO. Over to you there, Andy, and all the best there, Eric. Over to you there, Andy.
Thanks, Gary, and good evening to everyone. This Dolby repeater is working well, and I would say it's getting more popular for the area that it does cover. It's absolutely humongous. It's just something on its own out there, isn't it, really? So for communication over the great distance that it does is absolutely a credit to the guys that put it all together. Big thanks to them. Yeah, lazy day today. I'm working for the next 3 days. I've got a 2 days, yeah. Tomorrow's Thursday and Friday, yep. So, and then already a couple on Wednesday and Thursday of next week down in Laidley. So, yeah, keeping me busy. Well, as busy as I want to be doing what I do. That's that's the way I put it. Graham, over to you, brother. VK4CEG, VK4HAA.
VK4HAA with the group VK4CEG. Okay, thank you, Andy. Thank you, Gary, for running the net. And bad news to start the net. I don't know that particular person because I'm only new around here, but bad news. I was here club member. Someone will answer that for me. And okay, on the Dolby repeater, Andy, I don't have that one programmed into my radio, but I'll have to put it because I travel through Dolby a few times. Anyhow, today just a casual day, not too much work, just a dump run and a bit of gardening and cleaning up around the place. I seem to be pretty busy, even though I didn't achieve that much at the end of it all. Anyhow, it's good to get on the net, and thank you for correcting me, Gary. I keep forgetting to say CE Portable because my licence is Brisbane still, Logan Village. And if you want a photograph, you could look on to qrz.com or something like that. I seem to think that's the site. I've got a photo on there, I know. Anyhow, I'll send one to you. So over to you, Jim, at Blackbutt. That's a fair distance, VK4YC with the group VK4CEG.
Yeah, good there, Graham. Evening to everyone on the net there tonight. Blackbutt to 675 up there. Graham is not a big haul at all from here. Pretty close, I suppose you'd say, on the bunyas there. Where we are, and not quite line of sight. I would only have to go probably the hour, maybe 2 k's from here, and it would be line of sight. But anyway, we have got a fairly good takeoff, but yeah, it's a pretty good spot where the repeater is as well up there, of course. Yeah, certainly a good location to get out in pretty much all directions there. And Eric, I know he's not around now, but because I've been living in this area pretty much all of my life, I have known Neil for quite a long time, and yeah, certainly wish that he's well there from the accident that Eric's reported there. Maidenwell itself is not all that far from here, of course, and know the family fairly well. I did go to school with his brother. But Gary, thanks for running the net there too. We did get 8.5 millimetres of rain out of the last change that come through. Quite welcome. Yeah, very steady, of course, and waters our trees for us, which is all good. Yeah, that's probably about it for the time being. Even to Al there, and Don and Merv. further down the list there. Hope everything's going well out that way. On to you there, Al, VK4 Mike Victor, VK4 Yankee Charlie.
Yeah, VK4 Yankee Charlie, VK4 Mike Victor. And I hope I'm coming in all right on this different radio tonight. I want up the power if it's not noise free. Yeah, good evening everyone. Thanks for running the net, Gary, and commiserations to the accident victim. I hope it turns out okay for him. So good luck with that. Yeah, it's sort of I know what the problem is. They haven't fixed it as yet with the other radio with its little ticking problem. It's in the control head. The large display head's probably got a clock running in there doing something, and I think that's what it's doing. So I'll have to sort of tidy up its spurious and see if it actually comes good. In the meantime, at this ICOM IC2820 that I was given to have a look at, and I've repaired it, but it had a bit of damage on the PCB at the back with a bit of moisture ingress. It had eaten away some tracks and opened up some through-hole earth links between the top and bottom PCB surface. So sorted all that, put it all back together, and it seems to be working fine. So this is its on the air test. And what else? Oh, I had a busy day today fixing this and chauffeuring the sister around, did some washing, a few other bits and pieces like that. So try a bit of shopping online, or try to shop, look for things, save driving there, or look for a website and have a look and see if there's what I want is and where it is and what the price is. I need to spray weeds, so I think I'll update the sprayer and a few things like that. Maybe even a new mobile phone. Somebody's convinced me I need one. Okay, round to Ian. See what he's been up to today. VK4IJP in the group VK4 Mike Victor.
Good evening all. Yeah, Andy Gordon, Jim, Alistair, and Don and Merv, and Gary is running it all and keeping it all in a straight line. Good. Bit of a quiet morning this morning. Just watered the plants that I usually do. Went and bought a new soldering iron. Just a cheap, nasty one so I can extract the PAs out of his HF radio. And that's what I've been doing this evening, and I've just sort of been having a bit of a break while the net's on. But I did just take a little bit of solder off, another little tag here. So that's 2 tags down and another 6 to go. But yeah, it's all slowly happening. Radio-wise, other than that, just assisted with a control burn this afternoon. Got home about 6 o'clock, 6:30 after that, had dimmed in. And then here I am now, basically. Things are, happening. But quite a nice day. Got a bit of heat in the hot water. Compliments of the sun, so that's been nice. So hopefully we won't have to turn it on tomorrow morning. Okay, I'll pass it on to Don and see what's been happening there. VK4FAX in the BADNet group, VK4IJP.
VK4IJP, VK4FAX group. Good evening there. Gary, Eric, Andy, Graham, Jim, Al, and Ian, and Merv. Yeah, not a lot to report here. A bit sad about poor old Neil. He seems to have a bit of a problem with accidents on the highway. I recall only a couple of years ago he had a problem with the caravan in tow, and it didn't come out so well for him that time. I don't think he got any damage to his body, but from all reports, the caravan sort of came off second best. Just don't recall the circumstances there, but others can update me there if there was any physical damage to the body, etc. Yeah, thanks, Gary, for running the show. And yeah, as Andy was saying, quite a bit of action on the Dolby repeater the last couple of days. I inadvertently had it on there, my mobile rig on there a couple of days ago, and forgot it was there, and toddling around town and listening to Gary and Eric having a natter there yesterday morning, and there was a couple other conversations I think were going on, but I was too busy with being a steering wheel attendant to pick up the mic. Anyway, we'll put it over to Merv, VK4EM with the group VK4FAX.
VK4FAX and the group, VK4 Echo Mike, a very good evening to you all, and thanks for passing it on, Don, and Gary, thanks for the net. And yes, there's been a lot of interference on the other repeater, and I had it on most of today, and I was around it most of the day, and yeah, lots of triggering going on, and once there was a heck of a noise came through, like someone's, dropped a whole heap of glass or something like that. I thought, what the heck's going on? Anyway, weather conditions here are quite cool in the mornings, up till the middle of the day, really. It's been very overcast in the mornings. The last few mornings we've been fogged in here, and even the birds have been walking. The fog was that thick. And then seems to be, in the afternoon, about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, the cloud sort of moves away, we get some sun, and it's quite good in the afternoons. I've been up the front paddock here the last couple of afternoons picking up rocks, and a couple of animals passed away there several years ago, and Denise, made a nice grave and put rocks all around it, but every time I go to slash it, the rocks are in the way. So the last couple of, I haven't told Denise yet. Denise hasn't been here the last couple of days. Denise has been helping out at AgFest on the donut stand. So I haven't told Denise that that's where I was shifting the rocks from. And in the future, when we got some nice grass up there again, I won't have to worry about dragging the slasher over it. I worked at, there's some crazy call signs coming out these days. And all these special event stations. But I worked a station before, and his call sign was 14, like the number 14, and then Tango Lima, and the number 24. So I went to find out about it, and looked in the various places, and they reckon no such call sign. So and I couldn't find anything about it on the web either. All right, Gary, photos. No, I'm not going to come into that. I did that a few years ago. Someone wanted photos, so I sent it in, and for about 2 months or to 6 months after that, I was getting emails, people complaining about monitors cracked and computers failing to work. VK4BAD with the group, VK4 Echo Mike.
VK4 Echo Mike, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Ambler Radio Club. Before I continue on, does anyone else want to join the Bunya Mountains and District Ambler Radio Club? Call in now, please.
VK4GRB.
Okay, VK4GRA. Have a go there, Jake, and then throw it back to me. VK4GRB, BAD.
Yeah, g'day Gary, and g'day everyone on the net tonight. VK4BAD. This is VK4GRA. So I'm a little bit late tonight. Been in Toowoomba at Farm Fest all day. Got a once in a million day off work when we weren't busy to go down and have a bit of a look around and yeah, shop for a few good deals. So I was in looking at rainwater tanks and stuff like that. So I bought a cheap one of those from Farm Fest. That I think it was a 2,200 litre tank and a pressure pump. Cost me under $1,000, so I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, anyway, I just thought I'd pop in and say good day. So I've heard, I think probably just the last half of the round. So yeah, whoever was in the crash, I hope they pull through. Hope they're going to improve and hope they're being looked after in the hospital. So yeah, all the best to the person there. And not a lot else from out here. Starting to cool off a bit tonight, so I'll pass it back to you, Gary, and I'll leave it to you. VK4GRB, VK4BAD, VK4GRA in the group.
VK4JRA and group VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta. No worries there. There, Jake. Before I go on, I'm not too sure. I didn't catch the surname, but for the way Don was talking, was it Neil, our secretary, our treasurer? Was that who it was? There, can someone inform me on that one? Quick, smart, there, over.
Yeah, Yankee Charlie, right?
Yeah, go ahead there, Jim.
Gary, Neil is a local from Mainwell, and to my knowledge, he hasn't been involved in any radio side of things, but basically just gee, we've lost the name there. The local guy that Eric has been working for there. So, it's just Neil Johnson is surname there, Gary, just a local to the area, and sounds like just a little bit of bad luck there. Back to you.
Okay, no worries on that one there, Jim. Yeah, because Neil, our treasurer, is away on holidays, and the last time he went away on holidays, he ended up in hospital for a couple of weeks, and I thought this couldn't happen again, could it? But okay, understood on that one. Okay, so we don't have Eric at the present time. Good evening there, Andy. No worries there, Graham. I could easily do that off QRZ. I've already got one off QRZ. His mugshot is being utilised in place of my radio at the moment, so I'll leave it up to I'll leave it up to wondering who it is. I can tell you, Jake, it wasn't you. I could have grabbed your. I was just about to grab your mugshot off the club's website under in the members section, but I didn't grab that. But no problems. No worries there, Merv. Understood on understood on that one. But yeah, I'm just slowly getting a collection of mainly our club members. But yeah, I'll yeah, if I can find a pick of majority of who come on this net, and I can run them through as I said, as a fill-in spot on my B rolls, as they say. Okay, before we start off on the last round, the second round, is there anyone else want to join the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club's Wednesday night net? Call in now, please. Okay, nothing else heard. VK4 over to you there, Andy, and we'll you pass it on through VK4BAD.
And thank you, Gary. I'm quite happy for you to use my one on QRZ. I think I might have been preaching that day, but you can use that one. That one's all good. Yeah, I haven't really got anything else. I was going to have a practice of bowls this afternoon, but I just didn't feel like it. It's terrible, isn't it? You know, I'm enjoying what I do, but I just didn't feel like doing it. So anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, thanks for running it, Gary. Muchly appreciated, and yeah, everyone, take care. And that's Big Ben in the background, striking 8 o'clock. It's a couple of minutes slow, but anyway, all good. And Jake, yeah, you guys have done such a great job on this repeater. It's absolute credit to you and Ross. Graham, VK4CEG, VK4HOO.
VK4HOO with the group VK4CEG. Thank you, Andy. And yeah, Gary, you just made me think I better upgrade that photograph that I put on QRZ, because it's a pretty old one. I just realised it's several years old, and yeah, I better upgrade that. But I will. It's just you don't very often take photos of yourself. You know, there's photos on the Brisbane Radio Club site of me doing a whisper radio or something, and on competitions, the last Oceania contest, but, you know, sitting at a table with someone else. So I'll find some good photo and put it there so that I can do it. And then I better join the club so that I can be part of your, what's the word? The group that you've got lined up in front of you there. So I might even have to join the club. Then I won't be VK4CEG portable when I come up here. I don't know about that. Maybe I should get another license with this address on it. I'm not sure what the regulations are these days, but I've had my call sign for 50 years. I'm sort of used to it. And okay, on the Dolby repeater, I've heard somewhere that there's a lot of activity on it. Must have been someone on the net said that. But I don't have those frequencies here. I'd have to look them up. And I'm going to Logan Village on Friday. But next time I'm up, I'll have the Dolby repeater running when I go through Dolby as well. So I'll probably go out and see Tate Auto Electronics when I go through Dolby as well. And I wonder if this repeater goes out to miles. It probably does. would it reach out as far as Miles? Someone can answer that for me if they don't mind, because I go out and visit my auntie at Miles quite often, and usually it's on a trip to Jandowie, but I haven't been out there this time, so next time I'll definitely be going out to Miles. Okay, that's enough for me. Thank you all for being on the net. It's good to have something to do. I'm on my own here in Jandowie at the moment. My ex-whale was here for a week, and then she went home, and I'm here for another week, just finishing off all the local work. Okay, cheers to everyone, and I'll catch you another night. I'll probably be on the net tomorrow night as well, if I decide not to pack up the radio until Friday morning. Okay, VK4YC with the group, VK4CEG portable.
Yeah, no, that's all good there. Graham, it's good to have you join the group there. And yeah, maybe one day, mate, you might be up there a bit more permanent in the bush, so to speak. No, that's all good. If you like it in the area, you've still got plenty of people to talk to, and yeah, a number of repeaters, of course. The Wide Area Network on the Bunya Mountains there, and this one, of course. So yeah, Miles. No, I'm not real sure there. Now, Graham, but somebody might be able to help you out with that coverage area there. Wells. Oh, evening there, Jake, too, before I forget. Good to hear you about, mate. It sounds like you've been pretty busy, and yeah, we did spend today at Farm Fest ourselves, actually. Yeah, pretty busy day, as in lots of people, of course, wandering around, and I'm sure the sales people would enjoy that as it goes. But weather-wise, yeah, quite comfortable over there as well. I thought it might have been one of those southwesterly wind days that we've had over there in the past, and it was ended up being quite comfortable, actually. So, Jake, yeah, you didn't spend all your money there, mate. That's the main thing. Yeah, yeah, there's certainly lots of invitations there, so to speak. What else did I have written down there? Oh, yeah, I was going to comment on the first round there when Eric come back there that, yeah, there was a truck accident on the Kia range too in the last week that involved a cattle truck. But I'm not too sure just how all that turned out either. Overturned one of those big stock crate trucks. But that's about as much as I know there. Al, yeah, the little tick problem, yeah, certainly not there with your different radio. And sounds like you've been doing some repairs there, or still doing repairs there, mate. You've been pretty busy, but you might have solved the problem. But yeah, I did hear it there, that little noise last week. But anyway, that's all good. I might be on top of it there. What you have there, oil control burn amongst a few other things. Sounds like you've been pretty busy. Don, yeah, still up to the same work there. Oh yeah, on the pile of stones there, yeah, the slasher wouldn't like that very much, I'd imagine. Soon wrecks those blades, I guess. As happened here at different times. So I'll pass it on anyway and keep the ball rolling. VK4, Mike Victor, VK4 Yankee Charlie. Thanks for running the net there tonight too, Gary.
VK4 Yankee Charlie, VK4 Mike Victor. Thanks, Jim. And if you call in at Tate Auto Electrical, Graham, you can say good day to my great nephew. He'll be the happy, smiling, bearded face usually sitting at the counter. Jake has arrived late, but that's all right. He's got an excuse. What else was I going to think of? Radio's not as good as coming out my ears at the moment. The one went back to Lord Howe's, got a call today to say that it had arrived, and there's another one going to take its place. It'll be coming along soon. Another ICOM 720A this time, so I've worked on those before. Yeah, so I might have to hang me shingle up on the shed door. I used to in jest had a website that was called Village Images, where I put my photography gear up, and as an offshoot I created Village Radio as my amateur side and repairs. So I might have to rejig that, but I'll never be a millionaire at the prices I charge. So there we go. And I've upped this thing to 50 watts now, so to give it a real test. Haven't seen any smoke come out of it yet, which is about twice the power that I'd run normally on the one that was going tick-tick. This one has 3 levels, and top level's 50 watts. I was setting up the 9100 to use it in the interim, but I sideswiped it, see how I fix this one. I'd give it a trial run. So, all good with that. Round to Ian again, VK4IJP and VK4MV.
Very good, Elsa. Yeah. Yeah, maybe some neon flashing lights or something would attract some attention. I'm thinking I must give... I wonder if I can hit Dolby from here. Yeah, that'll be interesting. It's probably too far away and probably a hill or something in between. But out of curiosity, the question will work out to miles. I'd actually like to know if its repeater works down to Warwick or thereabouts, that area. As I know a guy that's he's going to reclaim a call sign and come back. So, because he actually asked me, would he be able to get far? I've got a funny feeling it probably would, because that's where he watches the TV comes from. But anyway, that's about it. But hopefully Eric's friend comes out pretty well. I know Eric speaks of him quite a bit. I've turned off the soldering iron. I've sort of done enough for now, and I'll come back to it tomorrow. Probably when I'm a little bit more bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. And the next 2 tags are getting complex. There's coils and ferrite things there, so there's a lot of stuff around these transistors that have got to come out. There to you, Don, VK4FAX, the group VK4IJP.
VK4IJP, VK4FAX with the group. Thanks, Ian, and yeah, thanks everyone for being there, and yeah, apologies for getting that Neil mixed up with our treasurer Neil and creating a bit of havoc. Anyway, I just assumed it was our treasurer Neil, but anyway, all good. And Graham, the Dolby repeater is the one you're on now, so there is a town repeater, but I don't know if that's operational, but you'll get the Dolby repeater far and wide. And Gary should be able to tell us whether it gets all the way out to miles. I would have a guess, say it would, but anyway, he can clarify that one. And I'll call it an evening as well, and I'd like to go off and watch the cricket. I see the Aussies in a bit of trouble early against India, so I'll go and check on the scores there, and I'll hand it on there to you, Merv, and say good night to all. VK4M with the group VK4FAX.
Yeah, okay, Don, roger that. VK4FAX in the group, VK4 Mike. A very good evening to you too, Jake. I'll hand it over to you in a second, or a minute. And, yeah, okay. And, well, Warwick's got their own repeater going now. I get it here, but it's not very strong. And, yeah, maybe those Warwick guys will be able to get into 825 for the wide area network, so they'll be able to link back into that. Okay. And, yeah, interesting listening to all your stories. I think you fellas are going to find out there'll be a lot more people here once the IRLP goes back on. There has been a lot of interest from around the Brisbane area, as Gary also knows that. And around the Toowoomba area, we got Cam VK4SSB over the edge of the range there near Tabletop. And unfortunately, you know, he gets blocked out because of the mountains or Toowoomba right in the way. So he'd be there listening too. Good evening to you, Kurt. Good evening to you, Kim. And others around the Toowoomba area also have asked about it. And so there'll be a fair bit of interest once it's going. I think you'll be in for a little bit of a surprise. Anyway, very good. Nice to see the roll-up. And I'll say good evening and thanks for running the net tonight, Gary. And okay, on the photos, well, I'll have to go and have a look at the web page and see who's what. That's a bit of a nuisance with photos. You know, when the fellas all used to go camping out in your caravans and all that to all different places, you know, I'd get a heap of photos. Never ever had a clue who the heck they were, and never ever found out, you know, what their names are. Just a whole heap of photos with, you know, people in it. Oh dear, but anyway, sounds like Gary's right on the money. All right, VK4GRB with the group, VK4 Echo Mike. Good evening to you all.
Yeah, VK4 Echo Mike, VK4GRB in the group, and thanks there, Merv. So, yeah, I think there's a bit of confusion about the repeaters, to be honest. Everyone's calling this repeater, well, I call it 675, like we call 950 out here. That's the wide area network repeater of Andrews. We call this one, a few of us call this one 675, which is also on the Bunyas just up the other end, which happens to be the highest end. And yeah, this is also known as the Dolby repeater by some people, but there is a repeater in Dolby itself, which just services the town area and maybe 10 kilometres, 15 or 20 if you're lucky, either side of Dolby, and it's just a standalone 2-metre repeater. So it is quite sensitive, so it does pick up a lot of signals from sometimes stations that can't hear it come back because its antenna isn't very high. but it's on 147.250 with a positive offset and a 91.5 tone. So, yeah, if you're in and around Dolby, you will be able to key it up. It doesn't see much action, unfortunately, because there's not a lot of very active ham radio guys in town, apart from when this net's running. So, but it is there. And then this one here that we're on tonight, it will. I reckon if someone had a decent home station, like a diamond antenna, you know, a couple of metres above the roof, or, you know, even just on the peak of the roof, and a decent radio in Warwick, I reckon they'd definitely get this repeater. There is no mobile reception. I've driven around on a Wednesday night all around Warwick trying to listen into this, but I couldn't hear anything, unfortunately. And as for miles on this one, I reckon this one will do it. Probably on a mobile radio, on a handheld, I don't know, but on a mobile, I reckon you'd have a pretty good chance. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's about all I've got to add. So I'll say thanks, Gary, for running the net. And, yeah, hope that's cleared up a bit about the repeaters. So, all right, back to you, Gary. VK4BAD. This is VK4GRB.
VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta returning. Before we close off the net and have a little bit of a say beforehand, does there anyone else want to join the net? VK4BAD? Okay, nothing else heard. Right, okay. Yeah, I call this one either the Bunya Mountains, well, because it is the Bunya Mountains repeater. 950 is 950. That's the wide area part of the wide area network. Yeah, I class this one as the Bunya Mountains, or 167. 146, 675. Graham, the Dolby Town repeater is 147. I'll repeat, 147. Decimal 250. Positive offset. Positive offset, 91.5 access tone. That's 147,250. Positive offset, 91.5 access tone. That's Dolby Town repeater. 146 decibels 675 is the Bunya Mountains, or Mount Kiangrove repeater. But anyway, no worries there, Don. Yeah, I was getting a bit on the confused side too, because I thought, well, okay, he's talking about the Dolby repeater. Well, that's 147,250. But no problems on that. Yeah, okay then. Yeah, okay. On the a different Neil, and understood on that one. Okay, it was nice to have you all on here tonight, and I'd like to thank all yous. Without any of yous, we wouldn't have a net. We had all VK4s. So Mike Echo Eric in Maidensville. I'm not too sure on that, but anyway, hang on, stand by. Okay, VK4BAD returning. VK4HOO Andy in Toowoomba. VK4CEG Graham Portable in No, you don't. I think with all the changes they've done with the regulations and that now, I'm not too sure if. Well, I still use mobile and portable and that, but I think that's. Yeah, they've keep changing the regs. But anyway, VK4 Yankee Charlie Jim in Blackbutt, VK4 Mike Victor Al in Dalby, IJP Ian in Proston. Yeah, see, I didn't shove you up north this time. VK4 FAX Don, Echo Mike Merv, and JRA Jake. I'll go through my listing, and I know there is Don's not on Don's not on QRZ. Eric's not on QRZ. Andy, I don't think is on QRZ. Who else did I look for? JRA ain't on QRZ, but I know where I can get a mugshot of him. Yeah, okay. I've been noticing some, so it's one of those ones. Anyway, once again, thanks a lot, there, fellas. Until the same time next week. This is VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. I'll now change my call sign back to VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo Gary in Fairyland. And I'll leave the frequency open for general traffic. Until the same time next week, when we all meet again, this is VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo. 7-3 all, and catch us all later.
Yeah, good on you, Gary. Thanks for the net tonight. I just did a test on the town repeater. It's about a 5 or a 6 here. So that's not too bad. It's the first time I've tried it. Anyway, good evening. VK4 Echo Mike clear.
Yeah, VK4 Echo Mike, VK4JRA. Is that 147.250? Go.
Yeah, roger that. That's what I call the town repeater, Jake, over.
Yeah, roger. Yeah, that's pretty good over to you, surprisingly. So you must be up on a bit of a hill there. So surprised you made it that far, so it's pretty good. It is night time too, though, but yeah, all noted. So thanks for that test move, VK4JRA.
Yeah, just interfering with it now. All right, yeah, okay, Jake. And yeah, it is a bit of a high spot here, but not real high. But yeah, I'll try it tomorrow under day conditions and see how much it drops off. And yeah, very good. All right, all the best, VK4 Echo Mike.
No worries on that one there, Merv. And yeah, okay. I didn't answer the question before about miles. I can't say what it's like now. I haven't been up to miles since the upgrade. But prior to the upgrade, yes, I could access this repeater in miles. So by saying that, I would say since the upgrade, we should get it in miles. You won't get it in the dips on the way to it. On the high parts of the high parts of travelling, yes, but in the dips, in the gullies, no, which is understandable. But in miles, we used to. I used to get it in there. So as I said, I haven't been to miles since the upgrade. Anyway, with that lot there, I'll say 7-3 all, and catch us all again next week. Bye all. VK4GRB out.
VK4CEG clear.